Jones not practicing today for a
that's a
straight
wrap.
day, which means it could be two backups. We're going to talk about that
Could
in
be
the
two backups.
WKYC.
You're talking about the fourth and fifth.
Yeah,
tackles.
you're way down on the
Well,
depth chart.
they're still technically backups, but two guys, and that's going to make keeping Deshaun upright much more difficult. We're going to talk about that in the TV show coming up at 12:30 on WKYC. Guys, we've done this for every game where it's been close. We've done the top 10 players draft in this game for Sunday. The 10 guys you would want on your team, and I've asked you for your answers
Mike,
beforehand.
See,
Yes.
I think you've not been very clear on what the assignment is. Is it the 10? Is it the 10 best?
The 10
players?
best players. Yeah, the 10 best players.
Okay, then no position should take authority
Yes, it's
over
the 10
another.
best players.
It should be
Yeah.
about the best guys.
I said it's the 10 best players draft.
Okay, fine.
But I'm curious where the ambiguity comes from in a 10 best players draft if we're drafting
You know what
the
it
10
feels
best
It's not
like to me,
ambiguity,
I
it's
think-
ambiguity.
Ambiguity. Here's what the
Ambiguity. I'm not good with words.
Here's the relationship. I'm gonna characterize the relationship between Bull and between Mike. There's clearly love both ways.
I love Bull, yeah.
But it's beginning to feel to me like he's the big brother, you're the little brother. He points out every little mistake you make.
That's not true.
I still don't think it was a mistake. I texted you guys 10 best
What he
players
perceives to be a mistake.
No, I'm not. I was perceiving you guys making mistakes. That was really a knock at you two and not at Mike because you guys didn't put the kickers on your list, and both kickers have been fantastic.
Nope. Neither kicker's on the list, and there's a reason for that.
And we'll get to that.
you
We have
missed it,
10
Jay.
players we're going to draft.
You
And
missed
Bull,
it,
I
Jay.
appreciate
when,
that.
when,
Thank
when,
you.
when I got really
when McNuggets was like, Bull wanted to get his baseball off. McNuggets was
I
like,
yelled at both him and Earl. I was
you got
pissed at
30
yeah.
seconds. Bull's like, all right, let me go.
We
He's
don't
like,
have-
no, you got a minute.
We don't have time. We can ask him another time.
Bull's like, I don't want to talk about it now.
But, guys,
pissed.
Never mind.
Next topic.
He went,
these
never
are the
mind.
10 best players in the game on Sunday.
Okay.
10 best.
Yeah.
There you go.
1 and 2 were unanimous, so we'll do those very, very quickly. You
Right.
guys all submitted your top 10 list.
Those were easy.
Myles Garrett was number 1, and
Should
number
be.
2 was Lamar Jackson. Those were unanimous across the board.
Okay.
Steve, you can take Tag Board live. I'm going to update live to make sure it's working. Myles Garrett was 1. Is he going to work? Update live. There you
Okay.
go. Lamar Jackson's 2, so Tag Board's working. That's good. After that,
Is that a Y or a V in Myles Garrett?
it just cuts off. It's actually a Y.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
Tag Board. It has a line underneath.
We had to
so
pay
you'll
extra
see any
for the
Ys.
tail on the Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see any Ys. That's a Tag Board. Listen, I can't make Tag Board perfect. It's just working today, so we're going to take it.
That's that we're gonna run.
We're gonna take
After
it
that,
full? No.
After that,
Go ahead.
there was no unanimous answers.
Really?
Very different across the board. Jay, your 4th player wasn't on anyone else's list.
No kidding.
So let's go through and let's vote.
wow.
Who's
Yeah.
the 3rd best player in the game on Sunday?
I've got Roquan Smith.
Um,
I mean, the Ravens were a middling defense last year. They traded for him, and since they've traded for him, if you go back to last
Let me
year
give him
through
my
now,
bag.
they're the best defense in football.
let me.
And
Well, I had Roquan Smith too.
You
So-
did, but it was not unanimous, so there was no 3 people. with the
Oh,
same
I thought
one.
you said no consensus.
Let me
Yeah,
get
no,
my
no.
bag.
There was for a couple of these, but Roquan because
Because I
votes.
thought the first 3 were very easy.
Hey, man, I blew it up. I blew it all the way up. I put Mark Cooper in there.
Wow, all the way at number 3.
5 for 139. He just gets, all he does is catch passes from bums, $230 million quarterbacks, or whoever in the middle.
Wow. 3rd.
Well, even
He's
with
way
that-
down on my list.
Even with that, we had 2 votes for Roquan Smith, so
Yeah.
Roquan gets our 3rd
Roquan wins.
spot.
All right.
Number 4 now.
I had Roquan at 4.
Wait, no one had Patrick Queen on their
No
list?
one else had Patrick Queen on their list.
Wow, guys.
Well, they have about 3 or 4 defenders who are better than him.
Patrick Queen's having he's a Pro Bowl. He's having an all-pro season maybe. He's balling out. I'm surprised that you guys, no one had him.
He's not even their best linebacker.
No, I know he's not, but he's a really good linebacker. Really good linebacker. Now, I've only seen 3 of their games. So, but in the games that I watched, he jumped off the screen.
All right.
All right.
So, who did you guys
To me,
have at number 4?
I had Roquan, but y'all had him
See,
at
I
3.
thought it was easy. I thought it was Mark Andrews at 4.
I think I had Mark Andrews at 5, I think.
I got Mark Andrews at 10.
What
So
I
we
have-
did. So I did a little composite. Jay, you had Mark Andrews at number 7, but we did a
Okay.
composite. I gave a point, so 10 points if you were voted first, 9 second,
Mark
down
Andrews
the
is
list.
the second best tight end in football.
Very good. He's
And
a very
with
good
that,
player.
He'd be starting
Because
off slow.
of G's high grade for Amari Cooper came in at number 4 on our list.
I had Amari Cooper 5.
Yeah, I had him 8. I have him 8. I
feel
did
he-
have him 7, but I put Mark Andrews at 7.
I feel he's the only He's the only offensive threat that the Browns have in the passing game, and he still continues to put up numbers.
See, I thought about that, and I thought if the question was in terms of value to their team, I would have changed it.
Yeah.
Because there's no question Amari Cooper is more valuable to his team.
But Mark Andrews, to me, is a better tight end than Amari Cooper is a wide receiver. So.
Yes, I would agree with that, too. Yeah. However, what I did was I just went on best players. Like, this is a draft.
Best players
draft. Not like how much they help their team or how good they are compared to everybody else at their position. I'm just doing this as an open selection. You've got the whole 106 players in front of you, and you can start picking which ones you want. For me, and because of that reason, I had Mark Andrews a little bit lower.
So Cooper was 4?
I could argue
Cooper was 4 based on composite
besides the
points.
quarterbacks, I could argue Amari Cooper is the best offensive player for both teams on the field.
I would say he's second after Andrews, but it's close. It is close.
Now, I'm guessing, you said there was nobody else that had my 4 on there.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many of the guys had 5. Because I went with Geno Stone, and I thought that was a no-brainer at number 5.
Geno Stone was also on someone else's ballot.
I had him later.
I had him audible mention. Now the reason I like his production is crazy.
You can't ignore
his production is ridiculous. But
guys don't get 6 interceptions anymore in a season. He's got 6 halfway through.
But I looked at it, and I'm looking at it this way. People won't even throw over Martin Emerson's side no more. He had no targets. They won't even throw there. And Denzel Ward,
you know what?
He's having the best year
I had Denzel Ward
of his career.
I had Geno Stone and then Denzel Ward.
Okay. Now, I messed up. Didn't even have Denzel on the list.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was a big omission.
Maybe it's just a lot
I didn't even have him as an honorable mention. I must have, I don't know, I had lost my brain.
Well, you got a kicker on the list. You might have both kickers on the list.
Both kickers.
Wow. Man,
so who are we going to go with number 5?
But I really screwed up not having Ward and Emerson. That was a mistake.
1 through 4 is Myles Garrett, Lamar, Roquan, Amari. Who are we going with number 5?
So I would put Mark Andrews at 5.
Yeah, he's not on the list yet. I had him at number 7.
I had Denzel Ward at 5.
So is that everyone's vote?
Well, I have Denzel.
I'm going to change to Denzel Ward. I don't know what.
Okay, throw Denzel in because Denzel for me is 6. I had Geno Stone 5.
Yeah, let's go Denzel 5.
And then Denzel 6.
Yeah.
And then my 6th guy I shouldn't have put on there because he is having a down year. I did the thing that I hate when journalists and analysts do it. They just do it.
I know what you did.
Batonio got to go.
Yeah, Batonio, I didn't have him.
He got to go.
Yeah, I thought about Joe.
Stone's going on.
I think Mark Andrews should be up now at this point at 6.
So are we going to ignore Geno Stone then?
I had Stone.
Well, I'm going to ignore the composites because Bull forgot some players.
Yeah,
we'll just go like
I don't know
this.
what happened to me on there.
It's now up to
no,
our
that's very
vote.
uncharacteristic of Bull.
Very.
I would say Mark Andrews or Stone would go where at 6.
So I've got Stone at 6 and then Andrews. Or Stone at 5 and Andrews at 7.
Stone just came out of nowhere.
I know he did, but he's just.
got 10
I keep
picks
saying
or
these are
something.
fluke picks, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's squatting on routes. He's sitting on things. He sees things very, very well.
I'm like, this
I'm
is
still
crazy.
voting for Mark Andrews at 6.
So 1 for Andrews, 1 for Stone. G, you're the tiebreaker. Andrews or Stone?
I'm going to go with Stone. Picks is great. We're halfway through the season. He might get 12 for 13 picks.
Which is unheard of today.
Nobody
does that now.
Now, the next
7.
guy.
So we
then
go
it's
with
got to
Mark
be Mark
Andrews at
Andrews.
7?
Absolutely. That's where I have him. I have him at number 7.
Now, this where it get a little sticky. To me, am I going to put...
What about Martin Emerson?
Is Martin Emerson better than Marlon Humphrey? Marlon Humphrey got the name.
He does. I think if you're going body of work, it's Humphrey. I think if you're going this year, it's Emerson.
I'm going Justin Tucker at 8.
See, now I want to point something out.
It's crazy.
Bull has made a very emphatic point. My biggest miss during and I've had a lot of them. My biggest miss during the show was I applauded the Browns drafting a kicker. I thought it was a great move because it had been an area of concern for a long time. And I believed in this guy. I was wrong. Wrong.
Right.
Because of that, and because we got a free kicker, a kicker as a free agent, Bull has made his point this year several times in our group chat in all caps. Never, ever, ever draft a kicker.
Yes.
And you got 2 of them in your top 10.
Doesn't mean I don't want a good kicker. I'm just saying don't waste a draft pick on it because it's a crapshoot, that position.
So don't waste one of your top 10s on a kicker.
But I'm going based on the best players, and it's hard not to say Justin Tucker and Dustin Hopkins aren't 2 of the 10
Justin Tucker's
best.
having a non-Justin Tucker-like year.
Is he?
He's still been good, but
He's been good. He hasn't been Justin Tucker.
Has he missed?
He's missed a couple.
What's his numbers
this
year,
season.
Mike?
Justin
He missed
Tucker.
a long one. He may have missed 2 long ones to beat the Colts because they kept kicking long field goals in that overtime.
What is it, Mike?
He's 16 for 19. His only misses have come from 56, 57, and 58.
Wow, that's still
on.
pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But when you see 16 of 19, that's human. That's not Justin Tucker.
I mean,
It's
he's
still excellent.
It's great. I'd take it, especially when the 3 misses are all over 50,
but
56 yards. He's a victim of his own success.
But is it that head shoulders above the next kickers?
No, there are kickers with better percentages.
fair. That's
there,
fair.
There are kickers
I mean,
with
it's
better
not-
percentages.
it's not like he's-
Hell, our
that's
kicker has a better percentage.
All right, so who we voting for? What are we up to? 7?
No, we're at 8 now. This
I
would be
need
for
you
8.
to partner with me to keep the kickers off the
Keep
list.
kickers
I'm
off.
not putting no kickers on there.
Yeah.
Emerson,
So let's throw names out there that aren't on the list. Martin Emerson,
Yep.
Zay Flowers. I had Zay Flowers at 10 on my list.
Patrick Queen's still out there, Jay.
No. Oh, yeah, these guys swung and missed on him.
Marlon
J.O.K.,
Humphrey.
Tyler Lindenbaum.
No, if we're going to go, J.O.K. is not getting on the list over Patrick or
Delpit is still
over
out
Patrick
there?
Queen. No
I
way.
just don't think Patrick Queen's been that great.
He's been good.
Wow.
He's been-
Again, I've only seen 3 games, but
And you
to
talk
me,
about track record. He's been a disappointment until this year. He's had a better year this year.
I'm not going on what he's done before
All right.
this year. I'm going
Well,
on.
what about Grant Delpit? He's been
Where is he
phenomenal.
at? Wait, let's do this. I know sometimes it can be tricky, but he's a linebacker. He gets a lot of tackles. Where is Patrick Queen in tackles?
In tackles?
The 3 games I saw him, he was just flashing to me. He was all over the
Are
damn
you putting
field.
him on the list before Marlon Humphrey?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
I'll even left the safety out. What was his name? Safety
Delpit,
for
Kyle
Notre Dame?
Hamilton? Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
I saw him. He had
I don't
3
have
sacks.
him on my list
He
either.
had 3 sacks in one game.
Yeah, he did. Patrick Queen's 15th in the league in tackles with 75 right now.
That's a lot, guys. Top 15.
That's a lot.
He's 33rd in PFF.
Where's
grade.
Roquan Smith?
4th, 87.
God, I love that guy. I still can't believe what little they had to give up to get him from the Bears.
Nothing.
Patrick Queen does have 3.5 sacks though, which is
Yes.
pretty high for a linebacker.
Yeah, I like him.
middle
I like him a
linebacker.
lot.
JOK has a better PFF grade.
PFF's dead to me.
We
Mark
still have,
Emerson
we still
is-
have
can we
Emerson.
agree
Listen,
that
you're
Mark
judging it
Emerson's
based
on the
on
list?
watching the Ravens 3 games. You said so. We don't know what he's doing the other.
No, I
games.
don't. And I have to. So I
And I
confess.
haven't seen him enough, so
haven't I just know that I don't know what he's done in the other games. I
Yeah.
know the 3 times I've watched him, I remember saying to myself, "My God, the Ravens linebacking core is 49ers like." They've got 2 that are all over the football all the time.
Can we get Kyle Hamilton's grades? Because the dude got 3 sacks.
He's got his PFF grades were pretty solid, not elite, but pretty
I
solid.
mean, it's
all right. We got to vote. We got to vote
Yeah,
for
we
8.
got.
So
How many slots are open? 3 or 4?
3. We got 8, 9, and 10.
I'll blow off the kickers. Forget the kickers.
Okay.
I'm going to vote.
Do we
for,
agree Martin Emerson should be on the list? He's
Yes.
not on there
Yeah,
yet.
I'm going to vote for Grant Delpit though over Martin Emerson.
Are you really?
I am. Grant Delpit's had a hell of a season.
He's had a great season. I'm
Yeah.
still
I'm
taking
going
Martin
Delpit.
Emerson.
What are you going?
I'm going
That's
Emerson.
Emerson.
Yeah.
All
2
right,
votes for
Emerson's
Emerson,
8.
so Emerson gets the nod.
Okay,
at
now
number 8.
guys not on there: Queen, Flowers, JOK. Anybody else?
The Ravens center, Tyler Lindenbaum, is one of the
Lindenbaum.
best.
And a
Yeah,
guy-
he's really good at that position. I
Yeah.
just didn't. I don't know why. but
Maurice
when you
Hurst
talk
has had a
draft-
great season.
I know, but when
One guy
when
you
talk-
guys are forgetting, and this is a big omission by all you guys, Justin Madubuike of the Ravens has more sacks from the defensive tackle position.
Oh, we
than
also
anyone else
forgot
in
about
football.
Owe.
Yeah,
Owe was on your list. He was number 6, Bull.
Yeah.
And no one else had him on their list.
Yeah,
I
Owe's
didn't
been
have him
great.
on
There's
there,
a lot
yeah.
of good players in this game is
Yeah.
what this is coming down
You know
to.
what? This game has a great deal of depth. Well, hell, they're 7-2 and 5-3. That's what you'd expect.
my last two. My last 2 would be Marlon Humphrey and Patrick Queen.
I'm voting for Owe.
Well, Queen's got to be on there because I've got Queen on there as well.
you wanna go
there's
Queen
2
with
for
9,
Queen.
Patrick
you
Queen
good
at
at
9?
with Queen at 9? Are we good with leaving Zay Flowers off this list?
I had him honorable mention. I think that he's the best.
Bull, you don't want him on?
No.
Okay, so we got to agree. We got to have 2 guys that agree on someone to go at 10.
I would say either Owe for the Ravens, Grant Delpit, or Lindenbaum, the center.
I think it should be. I think it should be Queen and Marlon Humphrey.
Queen's already in. So
Queen
already
is
got
in.
so
Oh, okay. So it would have to be. Zay Flowers might go in there. I think Zay Flowers to me is almost more important to them and what they want to do than
particularly
Andrews.
against the Browns.
Yeah, because they.
Well, that
yeah.
would be 2 for Zay Flowers then.
I mean, he it's not like he's having a great, a monster rookie
I don't
season.
I don't know what he's having, but
He's on pace for about 1,000 yards.
That's nice.
That's a damn good rookie season for a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
How many yards does he have?
The great
Where is
rookies now make a huge impact right away.
I mean, you get 1,100. I mean,
what are his yards per catch?
He has 45 catches right now for 472 yards. He's averaging 10.5 yards per catch and 1 touchdown.
That's pretty damn good.
For what they want to do, he's the gadget dude. For what, like the screens, the little quick stuff, they're jumping around and getting.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is their old reliable.
Yes.
He's like the Kelsey in this offense.
I like him.
You like? I give me.
But to me,
you're gonna put him over Grant Delpit. You're gonna put him over Marlon Humphrey. You're
I
gonna put him over Tyler Linderbaum. You're gonna put him over Oweh.
I told you I would put Marlon Humphrey. Got to be on the list.
All right, I'll go with you on Marlon Humphrey. Let's give him 10.
Marlon
I didn't have
Humphrey
him on mine,
ends
but
up
I
at number
lose on
10
this
then.
one. Put him on there.
Yeah, that was heated.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, that just
I'm
means,
just gonna not put the kickers
How many
anymore.
Browns? How
Forget
many
the
Ravens?
kickers.
that just means there's a lot of good ball players.
Yeah, a lot of good players.
How many Browns? How many Ravens?
So that means, and we'll go through top to bottom. Number 1, Myles Garrett. 2, Lamar. 3, Roquan. 4, Amari. 5, Denzel.
3,
so
2
on the
Browns.
first 5, 3, 2 Browns.
Wow.
In the second part of the draft, we went Geno Stone, Mark Andrews,
4-1.
MJ Emerson,
Yeah.
Patrick
So it's
Queen,
6-4
and Marlon
Ravens.
Humphrey, which is just a tiny bit different than when you guys submitted your initial list. It was a dead even 5-5 split. Now, Joel Bitonio, because G had him 4th on his list.
I had 9 out of 10 guys on my list.
Yeah, it was pretty close. That's about how
The
it
only
should
guy
be.
that missed was Zay Flowers, and he was honorable
good.
mention for sure.
Hey, listen, it's so funny. Some would argue that Odell Beckham is not even in the top 25.
I don't even know if he's in the top 40.
Odell Beckham hardly played.
Yeah.
Hasn't had an impact at all. Jadeveon Clowney, is he still having a good season? I haven't seen
He's
him
playing
in the
well. Yeah, he's playing well.
We also didn't mention Deshaun Watson.
You know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
G voted for Deshaun. G had him at number 8
Yeah,
on his
he's
list.
not on my list.
I had him at 8.
I mean, not based on this year.
No, I haven't seen anything that makes me put him on there. Now, if he beats Baltimore,
There's a lot of good players, a lot of Pro Bowlers. If you were doing a Pro Bowl, if you were picking Pro Bowlers today, based on half the season, you'd have a decent amount of players. For
and
both
you
teams.
mentioned a lot of guys. I think the bias of this draft is we tend to think skills position.
Yeah, right.
But you mentioned a lot of guys that are not skills position guys that are really, really good amongst their peers.
Right.
And that probably, in honesty, should have been in here.
Yeah, I mean, both centers are top
Really good.
5 centers,
Yeah,
probably.
and-
But who, whatever.
It's not sexy to put a center
No.
on your top 10.
And I tripped. Dalvin Tomlinson is a Pro Bowler.
And he's not even the best D tackle in the game. Listen,
Well, he's not. Is he
Matt
a pro,
Abike
but how are we
is
determining
a
that he's a
monster.
Pro Bowler?
Oh, I just seen him. First of all, he's dominant against the run. I just seen him get 3 sacks.
That's one game. You don't go to the Pro Bowl based on one game.
I mean, listen, centers, nose tackles get like 2 sacks the whole season.
Sure.
Taven Bryan had like 1.
Taven Bryan stinks.
Right.